It was shortly after Russia got the equaliser. You just saw this kind of hole emerging in the stand with empty seats. And then you saw that it was actually Russian fans climbing across the barrier and then pushing England fans back, if you like. There were some clashes, but I think a lot of the English fans just tried to run away and get away from it.
What sort of retaliation was there?
To be fair to the English fans, I didn't see too much retaliation. I was in the stand probably across the pitch from it, so I wasn't close enough to see it in detail. But you just saw everybody running in the other direction. I think the video that we sent you shows that. Even people climbing across like a banner to try and escape from the Russian fans running towards them. It seemed like the safest thing to do was just kind of run across a barrier which had like a drop underneath it.
Yeah, it seemed like quite a big drop and a risk to take. What sort of security presence was there in the stadium as far as you could see? Because obviously there'd been a lot of police out on the streets before the match.
Yeah, I think inside the stadium I didn't really see any police at all. I think there was a lot of stewards knocking about and people in high-vis jackets. But when the violence broke out and when there was the flares and when there was the fight that went on to get there was nobody went over to the Russian fans. Nobody came over anywhere. I didn't see any police in the ground apart from like the stewards.
What was how many casualties do you think there were? We've heard some reports that possibly women and children were trampled upon because of the panic.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. It was a real big kind of stampede of people like trying to escape and trying to get out of the stadium. You saw people climbing over a wall and then running up a tunnel, which obviously let you out of the stadium because they could just see what was about to happen. It was just kind of getting more and more crushed, and there was, it just seemed a little bit chaotic and not much control at all. It took a long time before anybody even came over and tried to stop more Russian fans kind of coming into the English fan section there.
And who tried to do that? Who tried to stop them?
I think you saw some stewards. I couldn't see if there was actually police that came in, but you just saw people running around the pitch. But again, most of them were kind of volunteers or people that just didn't really have any authority to control the Russian fans or football fans of any type, really.
Obviously, sometimes pictures, be they photographs or video footage, it appears that there are a huge number of people involved in violence like this, and it can just be a small handful that cause a lot of trouble. How many do you think were involved in it?
I mean, it's difficult to say. I think the atmosphere in the stadium tonight was actually very positive. It was very good-natured until the very end. And it was probably a small minority of fans that are ruining it for everybody else and kind of giving it a bad reputation.